91%. That is the share of Japanese carrier crews dead by August 1945. Not wounded. Dead. Out of every 100, only 9 survived. The Imperial Navy began with 10 fleet carriers and ended with none. At the start, Japan fielded the best carrier aviators on Earth. Each had over 800 hours of flight training. By 1944, replacements averaged fewer than 50. Why? Because veterans were never rotated home to teach. Every experienced pilot stayed in combat until he died. In time, they all did. Now the math. At Midway, Japan lost 4 carriers and 322 aircraft. The fatal blow was the loss of 110 veteran pilots, each worth more than 2 years of training. Japan produced roughly 200 new pilots a month. America produced about 2,500. The ships made it worse. Doctrine treated damage control as secondary to spirit. American carriers ran firefighting schools. Japanese carriers had buckets. When Taiho took 1 torpedo, the crew left ventilation running. Fuel vapors filled the ship. 6 hours later, a spark turned her into a 27,000-ton bomb. A survivor from Shokaku remembered it. American dive bombers came out of the sun. 3 bombs hit. 20 minutes later, the carrier was gone. 1,360 men died. The sea burned. Sailors who got clear ignited in the water. Another number. Japanese carriers packed aircraft everywhere. In hangars, on deck, along passages. Akagi carried 91 planes in space built for 60. 1 bomb into a hangar did not kill 1 plane. It killed 20. The chained explosions of armed, fueled aircraft turned ships into crematoriums. Doctrine was the executioner. The Japanese armed and fueled inside enclosed hangars. Americans did it on deck. 1 bomb in a hangar meant nearly every plane detonated in a box. At Midway, Kaga took 4 bomb hits. 711 men died in 9 minutes. Survivors said the hangar became a blast furnace fed by aviation gasoline. Then the gunnery math. Until 1944, Japanese carriers had no radar-directed anti-aircraft. Gunners aimed by eye at aircraft moving 400 miles per hour. Expected hits, about 2%. American carriers with radar-directed guns managed around 18%. That is not combat. It is suicide by numbers. Production sealed it. After Midway, Japan had 6 fleet carriers left. Over the next 2 years, it built 7 more. The United States built 90. In 1944, Japan launched 1 new carrier. America launched 19. Spirit fought industry. Industry won. Training collapse finished the job. By 1944, American naval aviators received about 300 hours, including 100 in operational types. Japanese trainees got around 30 total, much of it in gliders to save fuel. Many could not land on carriers in calm seas. At the Battle of the Philippine Sea, the Great Marianas Turkey Shoot, Japan lost 3 carriers and 400 aircraft. Worse, it lost 450 pilots. Only 43 were rescued. The United States lost 29 aircraft. The kill ratio was 13-1. That was not a battle, it was an execution. A captured naval officer admitted it. After Midway, we knew. We could not replace the aviators. Every carrier operation after that was a suicide mission in all but name. Consider Shinano, the largest carrier Japan ever finished. 72,000 tons. She sank on her maiden voyage after 4 torpedoes from 1 submarine. 1,435 men died. The crew did not understand their damage control gear. Watertight doors stayed open. The pride of the fleet went down for lack of basic training. Look at the last carriers. By 1945, Japan was sailing converted battleships and converted cruisers as makeshift carriers. Many pilots could not land on them. They were one-way launch racks for kamikaze attacks. The crew's task was to reach range and die. Survival was not in the plan. The last operational carrier, Amagi, was destroyed at anchor by American aircraft. Her crew stayed aboard, waiting for planes that would never arrive. Waiting for pilots who did not exist, in a war already lost. Here is the final arithmetic. Japan began with 3,500 trained carrier pilots. By the end, 112 were alive. The carriers that revolutionized naval warfare became steel coffins for 25,000 sailors who believed spirit could beat math. The carrier arm did not just lose. It committed industrial seppuku, taking 91% of its men with it.